What up, world? R.I.C.H coming right back at you. This is not an easy topic, but just because something is uncomfortable doesn't mean we shouldn't talk about it. What's happening right now in Frisco, Texas, it's heartbreaking, it's divisive, and it's getting worse because too many people are using it to push their own agenda. A young man lost his life. 17-year-old Austin Metcalf was fatally stabbed during a track meet at a high school. The one charged with the crime? Another 17-year-old named Carmelo Anthony. Now, Carmelo has confessed to stabbing Austin, but claims it was self-defense. He said, "I told him not to touch me." And witnesses say the altercation began after Austin grabbed or pushed Carmelo. Carmelo's fate will be decided by a court. And as a man of principle, I believe he deserves a fair trial, just like everybody else who's claimed self-defense before. But here's where things go left. A group called Protect White Americans decided to show up in Frisco, not to grieve, not to listen, and not to heal, but to turn this pain into politics. They stood on top of a bus plastered with Martin Luther King and Donald Trump and started calling this an anti-white hate crime. They didn't care about facts. They were not interested in truth. They came to stir up rage. And when Austin's own father, Jeff Metcalf, said that he did not agree with them, they called him weak. Imagine that. A man burying his son being told he's weak by a political extremist who thinks race baiting is the answer to everything.
Would you be willing to stand by me in a press conference or in an individual interview and talk about this issue that is larger than Austin at this point? God rest the beautiful young man's soul that would have been one of our strongest voices if he was still alive today. Yes, I am, sir.
Okay, my turn to speak. You are part of the fucking problem, my friend. You're trying to create more race divide than bridging the gap. I do not condone anything you do. You do not have any fucking...
That's called white guilt.
No, let it talk, man.
My son, let me finish. I give you your time. You take my son's face off your website. I am not associated with you.
You're creating more Austin Metcalfs with your weakness, sir.
Thanks.
You are creating more Austin Metcalfs with your weakness.
Here, you are being weak. I gotta be honest with you about that, sir.
You're being weak. Condemn your son's killer and the culture that caused it.
Hey, Jeff.
That's the problem. You've been submitted.
Hold on, hey, Jeff.
You've been submitted.
I'll handle it from here.
You've been submitted, sir.
You're not gonna make
If
us
we
back
were all,
down.
if we were all of your nature,
down.
Guys, listen.
You're
Let
not
me
gonna
say
see
this.
what a weak man.
Do you know who you're talking to?
You
don't, do you?
I'm talking to a black man.
You don't. No, you're not.
Okay.
You sit here, you talk about Trump.
But I am. You're not
Google
gonna
my
make me
name
back
and
down.
Trump. No. When you do that, my name is Bruce.
I agree with black males winning,
Google that.
but they're not winning
but
right
what
now.
You're doing,
they're becoming
but
degenerates.
what you're doing
and murdering white
you're
people.
not helping America. You're no more patriotic than I am. No
Being
way.
silent is
Where
not
were you
helping.
on January
You've been
6th?
silent. It's only gotten worse.
Where were you on January 6th?
You've been silent. It's only gotten
Where
worse.
Where were you? Did you stand for your country
So you
when they
think that
stole our
made you
vote?
patriot because you showed up there? Does that make you a patriot?
Joe
What's your
Biden,
solution?
Joe
Showed
Biden
up?
is a
All you're doing is
pedophile.
condemning us. What's your
My
solution?
solution is to help people where they're weak. So we have an issue in young black males' lives across the country.
It's not
It doesn't
say that
matter.
to Jeff Metcalf.
Say that to Jeff Metcalf.
We talk about it, man.
Say it.
At the end of the day, the man is asking. So let me ask you this: you got a father who's grieving, and your response is he's weak.
My father is celebrating my strength right now.
You have no idea. You'll never win the Senate. And what I'll do, I'll come to Florida and run for Senate and run as a Republican, and I'll kick your butt.
No, you lose, bro.
You need 2 years of presidency in Florida.
Because this behavior is why we're in the situation where we are.
No.
We get these. Is that what it is? Okay. Well, at the end of the day, he's asked you what to do and what not to do.
Listen,
you have a right to
he's
do it
no
or not
longer
do it.
You can
Austin
say
Metcalf.
not about
I love
Austin
Austin.
Metcalf, but we're gonna
don't
continue
know
this
Austin.
movement.
I love somebody
You
enough
love
to
the
be
thought
strong
of using Austin for T-shirts, for propaganda, and to get out here and talk about
You
who
want to
you
shut
are.
down a
I'm
white
not
man
raising
right
money.
now. That's what
I'll
you're trying
shut
to
you
do.
down, ain't
I'm
you?
not. You're not shutting me
I'm not
down.
raising money like
Because
Carmelo
I got
Anthony.
family.
I'm not raising money like
put down
Carmelo
anymore.
Anthony.
No, bro, you stop. You came here to try to shut him down.
No, I
That's
came
what
in to
this
give him
is.
a message from a father.
And listen,
but I realized
Nah,
that's
bro.
not his deal.
Let's be honest. You're a black man trying to shut him down.
This is not about black and white. This is about good and evil. It's about the mission of God versus the agenda of man. We have got to start uniting around character, not color. Every black person ain't my brother, and every white person is not my enemy. We got to break free from that mindset because all it's doing is teaching our kids to hate first and listen last. And if we keep going down this road, we ain't gonna have no road left to travel. The Metcalfs and the Anthonys have been swatted. Folks have called in fake police reports just to get law enforcement to show up armed and ready. And on the other side, the Metcalf family has been harassed too, even escorted out of a press conference, all because of online conspiracy theories and false medical reports. Frisco PD has even had to step in. to tell folks to stop believing lies. Right now, we don't need another rally. We don't need another political stunt. What we need is peace. What we need is justice for both families. What we need is to be decent human beings first. Jeff Metcalf was right. We cannot heal if we let people like Jake Lang use our pain for their own political gain.
We gotta call it out.
Black, white, or otherwise. We gotta fight for the truth. And we gotta stop putting race before character, before facts, and before our heart. Because the way I see it, God is not gonna ask you what color you were. He's gonna ask you what kind of person you were. But hey, that's just my opinion. What's yours? Like, comment, subscribe, establish rich. I'll be back with another one. Peace.